just come up to the stage. His name is K.O.Q. He has very good grip. Don't ask me how I knew about it. But K.O.Q, please can you come to the stage? Where are you? Okay. I just said you have very good grip.
Right, so good evening everybody. Okay, so just a night ago, the news of a boy dying at the doorstep of a locked hospital broke before the brittle face of my TV screen. It made me wonder what it must have felt like to die of blood loss at the doorstep of a blood bank, and I think he must have stretched his hands in a bid to hold on to salvation, but faith alone is not enough to hold on to the lab coats of striking doctors. I locked my hands to pray, hoping it would be the last. But for all I know, I have lived in this country where boys become seeds, planted into the earth to sprout up gravestones, and there's too much to mention. From the ones sent home by trigger-happy policemen, and the ones swallowed by train attacks. A Nigerian girl is missing on her way to school. A river of hashtags washed her body down the timeline days later, and before the daily sun rises over the nation, we realize it is too late for the Guardian to do his job. We live in dark times. The newspapers have become graveyards, and we barely dig through the pages to find bodies of lost relatives. I wrote this poem to remind you that when a Nigerian child tells you what he wants to be when he's grown up, there is no part of that imagination that pictures him growing to become a hashtag hung up on Twitter trend tables. And I wrote this poem to remind you that there is an army of archangels in my country. They are willing to fight for God. They are willing to set a poor girl ablaze the day her tongue days to lash out on their Messiah. And this is justice, measured by the circumference of a burning tire, large enough to cover the entire country with the soot of her ashes. Last night, a wailing mother searched for her son at the mouth of a mass grave, and all she could find was a screenshot of his last tweet: "Nigeria will not end me." Minutes before his own body became a statue in memory of another unfinished story. Thank you.